The next technique I'm going to be looking at today is going to be the wet into wet technique. Now, just like the name denotes, basically wet into wet is wet paint and wet paper. So what that means is that I'm going to have to first saturate and moisten the paper or the area in which I'm going to be applying paint before I actually apply the paint. Now I'm going to be doing the same kind of thing in terms of experimenting with thin to thick lines, dark to light, and using multiple layers of colors. But unlike the wet on dry, you're going to notice that they react in a very different way. So once again, I dip my brush into my water, and what I'm going to do first is I wet the paper. Now you can't really see in the video, but the paper is going to get slightly shiny, and that's going to tell me that it's actually wet. So once again, I'm going to put this over here so I can see what is it I have to do. Going to add in some more water. Now I've really saturated this paper more than I really needed to, but you're going to see the difference. Now wet into wet is really good when you're starting off large areas and starting off a painting, because it's going to get your colors to go in there nice and smooth. So you'll notice when I paint with this, you'll notice a difference in terms of the line from the wet into wet. Wet into wet from wet on dry. The line is going to be fuzzier, it's not going to be as sharp. As it dries, it's also even going to get a little bit duller. I'm going to come into here, I'm going to grab a little bit of my phthalo blue, and you're going to notice how the line reacts. Even after I'm done putting down some pigment, the paint still continues to interact with the water, creating like these fuzzy lines. Add a little bit of green. I'm using my pointed around to see what happens here. Again, thick to thin, trying to get a little bit lighter. And I'm going to add a little color blossom here. Color blossoms are kind of fun. All it really is I'm going to take a little bit of violet. It could be any color you want. All I'm going to do is just drop a little bit of paint. I could grab a little bit more water, just so that way it just blossoms and you can see what happens. It starts to spread all on its own, thus blossoming. And that's wet into wet.